myself. I'm enjoying what I'm hearing. But don't forget Fort Worth.
Sadie, I live in Fort Worth.
You know, I mean, when y'all started the ad campaign, I had to go to the Fort Worth people and have them recommend us because they left us off. But there's a lot of potential there. You know, Fort Worth grew 30% from the last census to this census. There's a lot of activity going on with business, with mortgages, and we could be a big help to you guys because we have close ties with the school system. We have close ties with the Black Chamber. We have close ties with a lot of organizations over there. And I'd like to work with you because I'm believing in what you're saying. You know, and we want to help, you know, really build Wells Fargo as a big name in Fort Worth, just like here in Dallas.
Cindy, I appreciate that. I really do. The thing that I feel so fortunate that I have the luxury of having the responsibility to manage, you know, these, when you think about it, an incredible marketplace. And it was diversified. When you look at the difference between Dallas and, you know, people I often describe our markets, you know, Dallas is almost as much like today, almost like LA and Boston, some other cities. It's a big city with big city issues and a lot of things. You know, Fort Worth still has some of the smaller town feel, and then you've got the great suburbs out there that could be in many ways anywhere in USA of those sorts of things. And so it's a tremendously diverse, not just in people, but in sort of the economies and the opportunities. And so I would agree with you 100%. Cowtown up with you.
Yes, Fred Jones, Esther Davis Show, the upfront host. I think James hit it really good. You guys just have a flat-out public relations problem. Because I know that when you talk about banks, for me, I'm always looking at you with one eye, kind of like, okay, really. But I just also want to let you know, as I was talking with Hugh here, you also have some competition out there in the payday loans. They are now doing financial literacy. So, and particularly since they're so entrenched in the Black communities and the Hispanic communities, you know, how are you going to combat the payday loans? Because that's where we're getting our money from, because we can't get it from you. You know, I hear you, and I'm glad to know that you've done so much lending for these Black organizations. I know about Dallas Black Dance Theater, but until you start tooting your horn a little bit and letting us know that these things are available, we're not going to come to you. I know I'm not. So, you know, and I'm not going to go to the payday loans, but that's all that's out there for our community, are the payday loans. So how are you going to combat that?
Well, I think by doing things like, continue to do more things like this. We've just got to start talking. I've got to be more visible and providing opportunities for you guys to visit with me and ask questions. And you know, we are making money. You know, we're making more than every 4 mortgages made in DFW today, we're making close to almost every 1 in 3 in the United States. I mean, we are really, and I know that's probably pushing the envelope, it's really 1 in 4. But we're very active out there. We need to communicate our story, but I also need to hear from you when you see that there's deficiencies that we're not, in your mind, we're not. And then I can say, either that's a market area we need to look at, or hopefully I can explain why we're not, to his point, why we may not be doing something in that particular market. So I would really welcome the opportunity to visit with you.
Any other questions? Again, thank you for your time today. Thank you for hosting us here at the Dallas Black Dance Theater, and we hope to continue the dialogue. John, and I have to say to John that as we've been on this tour, for him to be as open to say, hey, come and talk to me, let's have a conversation, let's work together, let's grow together. I want to applaud you for that. So, thank you for allowing us to entertain.